Greetings, everyone. I'm your favorite church girl, Vibok. Happy Sunday, happy new week. It's a brand new week, pregnant with possibilities. Once again, not cliche, it's a reality in this kingdom. So, welcome to a brand new week. Recently, I was singing a song somewhere. You know the song by Nathaniel Bassey? Miracle worker, miracle worker, come and do a miracle today. You will do a miracle today. You know, it gets to the part where you sing, Destiny Changer. You are a destiny changer. And while I was singing that, this fellow signaled me somehow like I was singing something off. I tried to ignore it. Um, a while ago, I almost entered into this virtual argument with a brother of mine on Facebook. It was about that particular line, Destiny Changer, you know, indicating that God knows what He's doing when arranges someone's destiny. He's not making a mistake, so He doesn't have to change someone's destiny. Perfectly said, and I quite agree with you. But then I'll give you a very short story, and then I'll get back to what I wanted to say. When I was in SS1 in secondary school, what you guys will call high school, we literature students had to read this book. It's an African play called "The Gods Are Not to Blame." Now, let me give you a brief summary of the story. In the story, there's a prince called Odewale. Odewale is born as the first child to King Adetusa and Queen Ojuola in a land called Kutuje. I'm just giving a brief summary. Now, when the prince was born, it is customary in that land that the soothsayer or the seer comes to determine or to tell what the fate of the child is, what the destiny of the child is. And he was invited to the palace and he brought the news of what would become of the child in the future. Now, he did say that the child was destined to kill his father and marry his mother. Both are taboo. Why would he kill his father? Why would he marry his mother? Why on earth would he do that? Is he local? So, when that news came to the palace, they determined that to prevent that from happening, he had to be taken somewhere and killed. While they were still in the midst of that argument, they said, Kai, that it's too hard for them to kill a newborn baby. He's innocent, even though his destiny is sort of cocky, that it's somehow for them to kill a newborn baby. So they determined that instead of that, they'll just take him to the evil forest and abandon him there. So by some stroke of luck, he might succumb to the elements and, but at least not in their hands, would he be unalived, So he was sent with an errand man to apparently drop him in the evil forest. But the errand man on his way found a man who had no children, and that one wanted the baby, and he gave the baby to the man. And those ones adopted him. That was actually how Odewale got his name, by his adopted parents. Now he was living with his parents, and somehow things were not just right with him. And they went to determine by the gods what his future would be, what is going on, what's about this young man. And the oracle said that it had been determined that this young man was destined to kill his father and marry his mother. On hearing it, Odewale said, Wow, this is a terrible thing. How would I kill my father and marry my mother? This is a taboo. Now, he, in the bid to prevent that from happening, he decided that he was going to run away from his hometown. And he actually did. He ran away and settled somewhere else and started farming there. And on one unlucky or lucky day, I don't know what I'll call that, some stranger walked up to him and started fighting him over his land. This is my farm, and he was very upset. He wanted to ignore it, but then the old man started insulting his hometown where he's from, and him now taking it personal, he now decided to fight with the man and somehow kill the man with a hoe. Now, after he had confirmed that he had killed someone, he decided to take off for his life because he felt like he had committed a terrible offense, and he became a vagabond. You know, one vagabond we know, Cain. He started just going from place to place, just rolling, and then bumped into the land Kutuje and found out that those people were sort of in a on in the midst of a war, so to say. And the war was brought because a rival neighborhood understood that their king was dead and they decided to come against them. Oh, these people have no king, let's fight them. And Odewale decided to stand up as a champion to lead them to fight the rival town. And when he led them to fight, he actually became victorious for them. They won the fight. And the people decided that since you have taken us to fight and you have won this fight for us, our king is dead. We don't have anyone to be our king. We appoint you to be our king. And then he became their king. Customary to that place, because the queen was widowed, the king had to marry her. The new king, Odewale, had to marry her. Now, the town became plagued by a deadly plague. People were dying. Odewale was like, this is terrible. Why are people dying? What is going on? And then they decided to seek the opinion of the gods, and the oracle said, there is a plague in this land because of the person who killed the former king. The person is in their midst, and summarily, the person was the one who brought the plague. Oh, the one was like, this is wrong. This is wrong. Let's find who killed this king, and when I find the person, I will personally pluck his eyes out and send the person away. And that was his next mission, to find who killed their previous king. And then his old friend from his old town came visiting one day, and just led to just another person walked in, and that person was like, I recognize this man. Who is he? Ah, okay, I remember him. He brought a baby one time into our land, and so person adopted him, and G started coming out, and Odewale began to understand that, oh, I am this baby they are talking about, because these are the people who adopted me. So does it mean therefore that those people were not actually my parents, and these were my actual parents, and I killed my father and married my mother? Guy was not himself. And as this conversation was going on, the queen, Ojuola, heard all of these because she had actually gone ahead to marry him and had several other children with this man. Ah, no, 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 no. She lost her mind. She went in and unalived herself. Now, King Odewale, he was not having it. And because he had made a vow that when he finds out who did this abomination in killing their former king, he was going to pluck out his eyes. He took one of his sons who led him out of the town. He plucked his eyes out and decided to exile himself. Now, I want to ask you a question. That guy had a destiny. Who wrote the destiny? Who carried it out? Now, Joseph had a destiny to be the ruler over his family. I'll tell you something. Over whatever would have happened in Joseph's life, that was still going to come to pass. That was why even when his brothers sold him into slavery, somehow, his destiny is still aligned. Now I'll tell you something. There are evil spirits that try to kidnap or ambush people's destinies. And because of the will of some people, the personalities of some people, they tend to align with those forces. But now that is the story of the gods. We're talking of the God Almighty. God is not wicked to create someone just to kill the person or the person's life to be miserable. Otherwise, Peter would have also been miserable. Now, Peter betrayed Jesus Christ. Judas betrayed Jesus Christ. How come Peter was restored? Judas was not restored. Judas had a personality that couldn't forgive himself, and then he hung himself. If not, because when Jesus was testifying, he said, I have not lost anyone. You gave me and I didn't lose anyone. Apart from that one sold himself to Satan. God is the writer of destiny. Kidnappers of destiny are those evil forces that tend to align with the will or the personalities of people to snatch their destinies and overturn. And that is why they make it look like you are destined to fail. You are destined to. That is where God comes in to tell them, you don't write this destiny, you don't get to take it. And that is where He comes to change the destiny that they claim they made and they have carried out. Man was created by God. Man was created to dominate the earth, multiply, and just be in control. But Satan came and deceived man. Was it Satan who created man? No. Did Satan destine man for anything? No. God destined everything. God's destiny was somehow in the plan to bring Christ into the picture and, take over the earth, redeem man, and let man be like Him. So when Satan came, Satan tried to thwart everything, to paint some dirty pictures here and there, to make man sin, make man fall. But in the end, the destiny was for Christ to come and be a mediator between man and God. Whether Satan came in to deceive mankind or not, God is the writer and owner of destinies. Satan might try to come and color it, make it look this and that, and then try to snatch it. And that's where he comes to change what Satan tried to spoil. When you say destiny changer, you are not speaking in error. It's not destiny changer. It's not an erroneous line. Get the context and understand what it is, and then you would understand that God is the destiny changer. I am in full support of that line. Once again, I welcome you to a brand new week, pregnant with possibilities. This is the reality of us in this kingdom. This week is going to be a beautiful one. Hey, my people, before I even talk, please be drinking water. It's not everywhere is hot and dry. Man, has to be drinking a lot of water. Please give your children water, drink water, so that you don't get dehydrated. And try to dress light. It's whether it's hot, I can understand. You are blessed in Jesus, and your children are blessed. The blessings of God are upon you. If you have any issues you're struggling with, you're battling with, you've prayed and prayed and prayed, and it seems not to be getting solved, good news. This week marks the beginning of a turnaround. You are going to have good testimonies. I assure you, rest assured that God is in control of your situation. You will emerge victorious, I can assure you. Now, next week, I'm going to be going into my DM to take probably a testimony, or if you want the opinion of some people, you need advice, or you just want your story out there, come to my DM. Come to my Facebook, VBoxings, go to Instagram, VBoxings, and I'll get your story. Next week, I want to share 1 or 2 stories depending on how long they are. Have a beautiful week, y'all.